my art style has evolved, and I've allowed it to evolve to the point where now I feel comfortable and I feel like it makes a great backing. Hey, how you guys doing? So we are back with another studio vlog. My name is Desiraé, as you know, and I am a full-time abstract artist and designer, and I am in the process of recalibrating, restructuring my art business and what I offer and what I do. And so I have been working on art prints. This is something I wanted to do from probably almost the beginning of doing this full time. I've been doing this full time for 5 years, but I wanted to not just do art prints. I wanted to make sure that it had something on it, more so like quotes and words. If you follow me on social media, if you know me in real life, you know I'm like, oh, that's a quote. Oh, that's a quote. Or I'm always posting quotes or even inspiring like scripture verses and things like that. And so that is something that I feel God has put on my heart. And it's kind of like the natural progression of what I was supposed to be doing, part of what I was supposed to be doing with my artwork anyway. But I always felt like not super confident that the type of art that I did was appropriate, or like that it made a good background for having text on it. So for example, let's show you something. When I first started out, I was doing acrylic pour. This is like one of the first let me turn for better lighting. Okay, so this, when I first did this painting, I did it for a gallery. I only did the paint. I didn't have the quote on there. But after it was spent its time in the gallery, I decided it needs something. I want to add a quote. So I added this quote. It's kind of hard to see, but I love it. It's this one over here that a friend had gave me. This one. And one day she discovered that she was fierce and strong and full of fire, and that not even she could hold herself back because her passion burned brighter than her fears. It's like one of my favorite quotes. And so as you can see, it's just black and white font, but me, I like color, as you can see. So I decided to add it to that painting, and I felt like it was perfect because it was like the fire, the passion. I named that piece Ignite the Flame, you know, igniting the passion, the flame inside of you. And so what I've done over time is, this is my new piece. In a couple vlogs back, you saw that me and my son were painting on the canvas of this. If you've watched even videos from maybe like January, I think I started working on this in February. So January before, I had another painting that was, let's see, hold on. Okay, it was like this. I don't know that you guys ever saw the close-up, but it was like this. And I made little mini postcards of it because I loved the pattern so much. So it was this super big all on that. Well, I decided that I was going through a change. They say cut your hair when you're going through a change. I wanted to paint over the painting. So I gessoed it, covered it, gessoed it, started painting over it. Didn't like the style that was coming out, and so I ended up just ripping the canvas off and was going to recycle it. And then I thought about this one artist. I think her name is, I'll put it up here. She does like refinishes, very colorful with spray paint and gold foil and everything. She does that to mirrors and furniture, and it's kind of like that same kind of look to it. So since I love the little abstract doodads, and I love this, like the fading, the colors. I love the glitter. I love the little markings, the hearts, like all of these cute little things, like how I have in this painting. There's lots of little graphic details, abstract details that are in it that I love. And so I was like, you know what, this isn't for anybody. Let me just go ham and do whatever I want. And that's what I did. And so this ended up turning into my new like inspirational framed, I guess, art piece. So over here is where I have all of my quotes. Like when I told you I was serious and I love quotes, I'm not kidding. So I've shown this to you before. So I have all my quotes and scriptures and things of that nature over here. And it's cute, but I decided to, like, if I have this, then it can keep things neat and framed. And I think what I'm going to do is, just as I continue to come out with more art prints, these are art prints that I have come out with over the last couple of years. And I did this painting last year. I'm going to just add them to this. So within this, so everything will be nice and framed, and it will only be my work. Whereas over here is work from other people, quotes from other people, but this will basically be like my stuff. And then within this, I also have scripture. I have quotes, reminders. This one says, trust God always. This one up here is one of my favorites that I've discovered doing Bible study one day. It was, I have put wisdom in the heart of every skilled artisan. Exodus 31:6. And so I just, all throughout there is quotes and stuff like that. So that's what I want to continue to push forward. I felt a peace about it, to just like do it, just go for it. So even though my art style started in a way that I'm like, I don't know that it would really lend itself to look good to have quotes and scriptures and words on it, my art style has evolved, and I've allowed it to evolve to the point where now I feel comfortable and I feel like it makes a great backing. Then the next thing that I did is, I'll show you. I came up with this design. Let me see if I can find it. So this was a test I did last year. So this is an 8x10 size. Got this printed, has my logo and information in the back. But then I was like, let me try again with doing bigger paintings. But you see with this one, like how it has, like, there isn't anything behind it. Like, so the painting and artwork around it works. But if I was to add text to like other parts of it, it might not be that easy to see. So I was like, I have so many paintings, like you can see back here, that would make great backgrounds, but I need a little bit something to like help the words stand out. So I came up with this one. All through here is my artwork, my hand painting. Through here, that's my hand painting, that's my hand painting. And then I went in and added abstract graphics to it to give it some pop and add some little extra, doodles and things that I like and enjoy. I did the same thing with this one. So all of this back here, like you can easily see what's mine, and then the solid colors are the graphics that I've added to help it pop. Whatever I couldn't do in the painting, like I just went in and did it graphically. So graphically, like an illustrated look. So what I'm going for right now is a original hand painting look meets illustrated look to create a funky, fun patterns, and then having the background. So this is a graphic so that the words can pop out and then be surrounded by the artwork and the illustrations. So that's that. I want to do some more of this style also. This is my original hand painting I did with alcohol ink, but this was easier because of the color, and it wasn't so busy. This was easy to do right on top of the art. But something like this, I couldn't do that. I see people do that. I just want to make it clear, like easy to be seen, especially if it's a scripture and there's a lot of words to it. And then I am working on doing some, for those who love the look but they can't do all the color, I am working on creating some that are just black and white. I might at some point add it so that you can alternate the colors of the graphics. I might do that in Zazzle, so you can buy that off of Zazzle and customize it however you want. But yeah, as of right now, I will have like the colored version and then the font version, which is just black and white, and it may have something on here just to still, like, you know me, I have to add something. I could do minimalist, but not too minimal. So let me know what you think, if I should continue to like add stuff to it, or if I just should just leave the font just straight black and white, leave it as that. Because as you can see, I'm not just adding text and like plain boring text, like I'm still making it, you know, artistic with the font choices, how they're sized, how they're positioned, underline. Like I'm still like over here too, like it's still art everywhere around. Even with this one, I did this one last year, you can see the font easily because it's bold, but even then I still have a little bit of background in there on the font still to make it pop. So no matter what I do, I want it to pop, whether it's going to be colorful or just black and white, but that's where we're going right now. So I also have these. These are original paintings. They're hand painted and they're available on my website. I made 5 of these and so far I have 4 left. I made these last year, but the first one sold at the beginning of this month, or not the beginning of this month, last month. Yeah, in February. And that was really exciting to me, and that kind of like just confirmed to me, like, yes, people want the color and the vibrancy, but there is a demographic who loves color maximus. Like, give me all the color, very eclectic, boho chic, you know, all the things. But not a lot of people who love that decorate their homes with that type of art. They love it on their shirts. Like, again, grace yourself. This is one of my designs I came out with a couple of years ago. Did well. So people like color. It's just not a lot of people decorate with color. And a lot of people love inspirational words and saying, but sometimes, like, to have it as an original art piece, there's like a very specific group who like that. But if you do it on an art print, not only is it more affordable, but it's more accessible to more people, and it's easier to gift because you don't feel like, I don't know, I think when people buy original art, they feel like it has to match, you know, their decor. But I feel like when it's something small like this is something easy you can add to your bookshelf to accent your decor. It doesn't feel like it has to be the whole statement piece. And so I feel like doing the art prints, not just like the small ones, because forever I've only been trying to sell the small ones, and that did okay. But I think having like bigger pieces, and I think I just needed to have a more variety and more options for people to choose from. I kind of would pick, you know, create like 2 or 3 at a time, then try to sell them, and they didn't really catch on. And I think it also was kind of like, it wasn't like is she doing like art for homes, or is she doing t-shirts? Like, I kind of felt like I looked all over the place, and even though everything like made sense together, it still kind of felt like very disjointed, I guess is the word. So I'm going to give myself permission. I had an art coach one time that said, give yourself permission to do like one style or one thing for like 6 months, see how it goes, and then reevaluate at the end of the 6 months to see if you want to do something else. And so I'm giving myself 6 months to do this, basically the rest of the year, to go forward with this. Like I've said before in my other videos, like when I sold shirts that had sayings on them, when I sold like my tumblers and mugs that have words and inspiration on it, I even had these coasters that I've turned into magnets. I basically bought these off of Amazon. They're magnets that are glued on, and I turned the coasters into magnets for my wall over there, and like people loved these. And so I don't know why I didn't really take the hint, like continuing this way. I think I was just so caught up in trying to not compete but compare myself to other artists that I really admired. Although I had some Instagram artists that I admired who just did abstract. Like, they didn't do words or put it on products. They just did paintings on canvas and sold them, and they did well. And then I had artists that I love, like Morgan Harper Nichols, who's also a poet and a Christian. And then there is Jessie of Etta V, whose stuff is everywhere. Like, she's just everywhere, okay? Just everywhere. And I love how their artwork has words and quotes, or just super colorful. Especially Etta V, like both of them. Their artwork is very, very colorful. Etta V does more like patterns and stuff and designs, not much words, but Morgan Harper Nichols definitely does words. Like, it's definitely art and poetry. And so when I came across her stuff years ago, I was like, I love this, but I just don't feel like my artwork really lends to put, like I said earlier, words. Like, it's just not gonna pop. It's gonna blend in. I don't want to copy her at all, but like, I did feel very driven to that. And now I feel like I have found a way to make it happen, to make it look good. And yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go all in. So I am going to be adding to my Zazzle shop art prints, greeting cards. I think would be fun to have, like this as a greeting card. It's blank inside. It says what it needs to say outside, but then, you know, the inside will be blank, so you can add whatever encouragement. Basically, like making encouragement cards for people. I do want to do some like birthday cards and anniversary cards maybe, but I think my specialty really is going to be going hard into like the encouragement feel. I'm just like giving myself permission to move in that direction. And I heard like really clearly one day God tell me, like, put my word on display. And I felt it so strong that I put it up on my wall, and it says, put my word on display. And I felt like that meant the scriptures, the verses that are going to encourage people, words that he's given me, messages that he's given me, like, to put that on display and make it beautiful. And there's like what I'm doing is not new. It's not new. What I'm going after, what I'm trying to do is not new. But like he told me one day, I have it written over there, it says, what I've given you may not feel unique, but how I've given it to you is unique. And so I'm going to go with that. The color, the punch, the inspiration, the encouragement. Like, I could probably have a shirt or something that says encouragement queen, because I'm always saying, let me encourage you. Like, I just love to encourage people, and it's just something that I don't try to do. It just naturally comes. So I feel like I just need to follow and go with it. So I've been testing out printers the last few days. I printed some myself, and we'll talk about printing if you're interested in like how this process works. So basically, I create my artwork, I take a photo of it, I upload it to the computer into whatever program that I want to use, and then I edit the color, make it more vibrant, make it, you know, more clarity, whatever, and then I'm adding graphics and stuff to it in the fonts. But to print it, I have a printer. This printer back here, it's the HP Envy photo printer. I've had it for several years. At this point, like, it can print pretty colors. Like, it did a great job printing this, it did a great job printing this, but it also sucks a lot of color because it's an inkjet. And the paper that I'm using is this one by Staples. It is their ultra premium photo paper, and it's matte. This is 8.5 by 11. You need to keep it in the bag and keep it closed, you know, to keep it preserved until you're ready to print. You don't want to have your hands touching all over it either. So this is like premium, nice photo paper. But, and it's printing beautifully. Like here's another one. The saturation's there, the color is there. That's another issue I was having, trying to decide between the color profile. So there's the colors that you see on screen, on the computer screen, or a different color profile than the colors you see printed out. So because of like how the inks and stuff, it's a whole thing. I'm not going to get into it. I know what if you know, you know what I mean. If not, I'm sorry, you can go look it up. I'm not going to confuse all of us any more than I already am probably. But anyway, so yeah, I figured out what color profile, how to print it. However, although I was able to have success with matching the colors from my screen to the actual print, I know that this is going to take a lot of ink. And if I want to scale, and if I have like influx, like I get 50, yes Lord, I get 50 orders for prints, that's not gonna work with that. So I wanted to find a local printer that I could go to, get the prints done affordably, so that I don't have to charge you guys an arm and a leg, but still make money off of it as well. And that I can easily go in quickly. Like I can go in like, hey, here's my order. I can go in either later that day or the next day to go pick them up and then ship them out. Like there's not going to be a lot of lag time in between your order and me shipping them out. And so so printing them here, that's not gonna cut it. I am believing that this is gonna go off really well. So I've been testing printers. This was done at one print shop. I won't say where, but it's a chain place, but they haven't been consistent, so I can't depend on them. So I'm trying to find another local printer, small business printer that I can go to support local businesses, and that who is going to have the same people working the same printers. It's not going to be a different person every time I go in, and they know what I'm talking about. And so I went to one place. This is the color it's supposed to be. This was the color that their machines printed. So yeah, different. So I have to, and I wanted a little bit thicker paper, like that's like that. It's still good quality, but you probably can't really tell the difference. I don't know, maybe you can. This one's a little bit thicker, and so is this one. This one is very much more heavier. I know I'm overthinking it about the weight, but I just want to make sure like the quality is really, really good. So I talked to some friends, and the one printer that I went for with this one, the first printer I tried out with, they have like amazing reviews. I put in another order, like sample order, just to see. I ordered a bunch of these. I probably should have only ordered one just to see how it was going to turn out, but I ordered like 50 copies of stuff. So I'm still going to sell those. My friends are like, still sell them. They're still good. Even though they're not exactly like how you want, they're still good. You got to start somewhere, and then you can up the ante instead of like starting big and doing really great and then like your quality is trash. So I'm still going to sell them. I'm just going to put them up on my website. Hopefully by the time this video goes live, they will be up. But yeah, I have them printing this out again on a different paper, like a heavier paper and a glossy paper, to see if it helps also. And then they told me when I went there, they were like, oh, we printed it like the 5x7 to 8x10, so different. They printed through 2 different programs, so one came out more rich than the other. So I don't want to, yeah, we're not even gonna go into that. So let me know what you think. That's it for today. Let me know what you think. Should I as far as like, do you like the new idea? Do you like the direction that we're going in? Encouragement, inspiration, more color. Right now I'll just be offering 5x7 and 8x10. If I should do 11x14s or 16x20s, I'm sure that I will get requests for that, but I'm just gonna try to stay simple at this point, and do, you know, 5x7s and 8x10s. I feel like those are easy to gift and not too expensive to ship. And then let me know if you think that, should I add pizzazz to the black and whites, or should I just leave them as is? Let me know your thoughts. I would really like to know. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, be blessed. Bye.